I'll tell you, the Wolverines had a tough few years, man. After putting together, you just go back, put it in reverse a couple of years. That's one of the best teams in modern history. And then
Yes.
all of a sudden, stuff after stuff and serious stuff. And I'm not talking about this current one, but I remember even a couple guys on big news says, "Well, coach, everybody does it. The sign stealing." I said, "No, they don't. I've never heard of that in my life. What are you
Right.
talking about?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then the COVID violations. So there's been a lot of stuff go on. Here's interesting though, Mark and Rob, is that there's two guys on that staff that were on my staff. And I spoke with one of the coaches today, and he made the comment to me, this is really a positive that they are great kids up there, and no one seems to be bailing. In
Wow.
this day and age, Mark, of you're a player.
Yeah.
My gosh, and this isn't just you did make the playoffs, but they're 9-3 and they're playing a hell of a team in Texas that the whole world's going to be watching this game.
Right.
He said they're going about the business trying to win a game, which of all the negatives, that's a positive. And that's the quality of person I guess they have in Ann Arbor.
What I find interesting going on in Michigan right now is think about it. Like 3 of arguably the biggest positions at the university are in flux, right? They have an interim president, number 1. All right. Their athletic director, Ward Manuel, I'm not sure he survives this. There is a thorough investigation going on for all the actions that have transpired lately through the athletic department, right? And Coach kind of touched upon it, but you go back, there were issues with the men's hockey team a few years ago with Juwan Howard as the basketball coach, the Connor Stallions sign stealing, the multiple suspensions for Coach Harbaugh. Remember the former offensive coordinator there, federal indictment for unauthorized access to computers and aggravated identity theft. And then this Sherrone Moore bomb and how it happened. That's a lot of stuff under Ward Manuel, right? So you've got an interim president, you've got an athletic director that is essentially, being investigated right now, if you will, by an outside company on how the athletic department has handled things, and Ward Manuel's on top of that. And they don't have a head coach right now, so their acting head coach is Biff Poggi. Talk about uncertainty at University of Michigan right now. I've been going to a couple holiday parties the last couple of days. There's a lot of Michigan people where I live, and they like beeline to me, Mark. Like they just want to talk about what have you heard?
Straight to you.
Straight to me. And they cut right to it. It's not like how the holidays, how's the family? It's like, hey, what's going on with Michigan? What are you hearing? How are they doing? And they are in an incredible state of flux and indecision right now, because I think they're locked by their inability right now to go forward because they have so many question marks with the hierarchy. And I don't know when those decisions happen. And one of the things that has to happen, and it's an awful time to do it, is they got to find a head coach, Mark.
Right. And if you need a head coach right now at this point in time, it is not the spot that you want to be. It is the most inconvenient spot to be in if you need a head coach at this point in time. You talked about the uncertainty of this program. Like you said, interim president, AD is getting investigated from an outside source. There's been a lot of suspect activity that's happened in this athletic department while Ward Manuel has been the athletic director. Now you have an interim head coach. So there's a lot of uncertainty around Michigan. But with that being said, we need to talk about a head coach. We know it's not the right time. We know it's not convenient to be needing a head coach right now. Coach, who do you think is a good fit for Michigan right now?
Yeah, I think you got to add that the transfer portal is about to pop here too. So there's a potential losing a roster, but like I said, that my inside source says that the players are all in. They're going to try to go win this game. So this is interesting that you have Florida, LSU, now the Wolverines. You're talking about the bluest of blue bloods is open, and I've been like you guys just listening. I don't have much inside scoop on this, but someone said like Marcus Freeman, and what are you out of your mind? Kalen DeBoer, you're not going to leave blue blood to go to. I've never really heard of that.
Coach DeBoer put out. They made Coach DeBoer put out a statement yesterday. He said he's not interested. He hasn't had any contact. I'm like, don't even acknowledge this stuff.
Here's what's going on, Mark. Here's what's going on. I'm convinced when you hear that stuff, that's an agent out there throwing his name out. and I can promise you're going to hear the word extension and a raise. So that's what happens. The name that popped up is the Washington coach, Jed Fish. He was actually at the Wolverines when I coached against, I want to say back in 12, 13, 14, early in my career at Ohio State. Jed Fish was part of the Wolverine staff. I believe I think he was with Jim Harbaugh. And then, but I don't know if he'll leave Washington, or I don't know if is he.
You want to know a name that's coming up on the radar, Coach?
Talk to me.
Urban Meyer.
I think that's my agent doing that to get me a raise on Big Noon. That's what I think.
Sir.
The name I met him real quick at the Hall of Fame was Clark Lee. And you talk about a guy that I know Brady Quinn loves him. Brady Quinn loves him. He was at Notre Dame, I guess, and I don't know much about him other than the job he's done. But that kind of name, when I saw that name show up, that made sense. And then the coach at Arizona State, he's done a great job, and I keep hearing his name bounced around. So
Dillingham's name's out there a lot.
Yeah, Dillingham.
Yeah, Dillingham, and I don't know him, but he's done a hell of a job there. And I would imagine they're going to throw some things against the wall, see if they stick, and then they're going to get real, which normally happens, and that means they're going to go try to hire a guy that wants to be a Wolverine.